So let's get to our today's trading. Today, I trade on cryptocurrencies and all assets with the most optimal character of the movement. Interest payments you can see in front of your eyes. I made a detailed analysis of the charts at this moment in time and came to the conclusion that today, I will show you a trending combination of alligator and zigzag indicators. As you have already realized, the main point of orientation. In today's trade, I will be focusing on them and will also look for pullback dynamics within the trend. Basically, all trades will be opened in the direction of the trend. I think you will understand as you trade. The main principle of work on this bundle is to use them alongside a CCI oscillator with a period of 15. I will observe the overbought and oversold areas so that at some point, if I have an opportunity to open a trade against the trend direction, this oscillator will help me in this. It's a simple enough strategy. And also, instead of zigzag, you can use fractal, which I also recommend. But today, I will show you a bunch of indicators. And in the course of my trading, I think you will understand how to use the name correctly in every trade. Also, I will try to explain in detail so that there are as few questions as possible. And actually, let's start trading and choose the first asset for the most optimal entry into the transaction. Here, I will open the first trade against the direction of the dynamics. If now the movement goes even higher, then I will open a trade on the upside because I will realize that there will be a possible change in the dynamics of the movement. Open against the trend based on the fact that my moving line oscillator is in the overbought area. There may be an exit down and a local maximum has also formed on the zigzag. There has been a breakout of the past two touch points, and that's why I have this entry logic now. Let's see, the moving alligator lines are crossing from bottom to top here, which shows the dynamics reversal. So here also, let's open a trade up here. I realize that most likely there will be a reversal of the dynamics, or further, I will go a little bit higher, and only then will there be a certain pullback in the dynamics. In general now, since the crossing of the moving lines has happened, the opening is going up. I didn't see any pullback, and I think I guessed the entry point. Let's see the result of the second open position. And as you can see, the second trade has worked out successfully. It was quite a difficult entry here, yes, but in general, I managed it. And I traded Wenshaw Marines with camis for Xiaopans. And, you know, I will change the amount of values of the trade and probably put the maximum to get a more satisfactory profit. I will take a little risk and try to pick the next trade more qualitatively and reliably. Let's continue and pick the next asset. And here I will prefer to open a position on the upside. I saw the formation of a new local minimum on the fractal. And in general, the dynamics of the trend are rushing upwards. Closing, after the formation of the structural minimum and also the moving line of the oscillator have almost touched the oversold area, and most likely there will be a reversal here as the trend for the most part now prevails. More upward volumes After this pullback, I am emphasizing my attention on further upward continuation. Watch for the result. And the trade is closed in plus. Excellent. The signal has worked out completely. It is a very good and reliable signal here. Let's change the amount of values of the trade. Again, I will put the maximum for the next opening, and I will also tell you that there was a reliable signal. This is the basic principle of entry and operation. According to this strategy, and as you can see in this candlestick, I hit and closed the trade in plus. Great. Let's continue further training and pick up the next asset. So the next one being Jack Murphy in St. Louis. Jack Murphy in St. Louis, I want to pay a few $1,000s to Jack the asset. And here, I will probably try to open a down trade again. It's quite a risky trade, and in my opinion, it's not as reliable as the previous one. But here I'm also guided by the dynamics of the previous movement. Let's say if you take the, these pullbacks are generally similar in structure, and from this level, I think I can certainly have a further move down, especially here. You have to be guided by the trend, and we can see that. We have a very good, confident downward trend dynamics present now. So here I am opening on the downside. And also the trade closes in plus. Great. Let's take another risk. And the next trade I will also probably open at the maximum balance amount, and the future profit will suit me. The next position also, I will try to pick the most reliable one, as I am already risking, again, all my profit. Let's continue and pick the next cryptocurrency. And let's try to open a down trade here against the direction of the actual dynamics. Quite a risky trade, but I prefer to always take a risk rather than regret it later. A new global high is forming here, and I'm not betting that there will be a trend change, but I think that a 100% pullback of the dynamics here should occur because of the, moving line. On my oscillator, I am now coming out of the overbought area, and nevertheless, a maximum is still forming, and here I am not guided by the moving alligator lines as they are just for me now. They're showing this upward momentum. The last few seconds, and actually my risk was fully justified. I closed the trade in plus without any problems. Let's take another one to consolidate the result. Interesting entry. I am more than satisfied with the profit on today's trade. So I will open a trade for $68, and in case of failure, $400 on my balance. I will be completely satisfied. Let's go on. Analysis, and let's analyze some more interesting entries and pick up the following asset. And this is where I'm probably going to open a down trade. Not exactly a good entry point. I didn't expect what I'm going to have now, the impulse to move upwards. But nevertheless, a stronger exit has already occurred, and it really pleases me. I see a small crossing of the alligator line on the slides. The trend dynamics are downward. In general, yes, it is clear that despite the flat movement, I am more inclined to the downward trend dynamics. There was also an update of the local high before that, and in general, I'm opening a trade for the formation of the low. The last seconds are quite tense. And unfortunately, I closed the deal in the minus. After all, the impulse upward occurred, and unfortunately, I closed the deal in the minus. But it's nothing terrible. Such a strong exit, of course. So I will not be upset here. And that's it. That's probably all. Let's fix today's profit and move to the conclusion. The amount of today's profit will be $330. The withdrawal operation is successfully executed. This is how trading today turned out with the use of this bunch of indicators. If you still have any questions, in the description under the video, I'm in. You can always find a link to my Telegram and ask any question. Have a good day and see you soon.